Paul Lil Sutton.
La Lil Sutton.
Welcome to... Ooh.
Whose pussy is this? What it do?
Hey, fam.
Hi. So we're going to talk some 3 wishes today.
We've got 3 wishes for you.
3 wishes. We put a post, kind of a couple polls out on Instagram this week to get some ideas about what you guys wanted us to talk about. So we are using one of the answers from that, I think.
Yeah.
Today.
We had a lot of, a couple girls send us, some really nice big questions, which, just to let you know, you don't have to wait for those polls or those posts to send us stuff. Send us stuff whenever anything comes up, and we read everything that you guys send us. And it's kind of nice to be able to actually choose someone that we can really think.
And really help, yeah.
And help, yeah, sorry.
Some of the questions, in the poll answers or whatever, can be really, really short. But if you send us a full DM and give us a lot of background, it makes it so much easier to answer the question versus is there too hard? Can you be slapped too hard? That's a yes or a no answer.
No,
the answer is no.
No, that's no content there.
There's nothing to it. Yeah,
can't make a podcast off that. Sorry.
Give us some more info, because that makes it way easier to base our answers off versus a yes or a no answer.
And we can give you so much more specific insight.
Yeah, because it's really hard to give advice on something that doesn't have enough context, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
First question.
So let's go to this one, because I actually really enjoyed this question, and I think you did too. So this is from a gal, and she says, "Hey, big fan of the podcast. I have a situation I thought you guys might want to talk about. Pretty much, I'm a poor as fuck uni student, and I have a lot of sex.
Mood.
I fucking love sex, but people would assume I'm a slut. But I'm cool with that. Sex is a hobby. So I thought I'd become a sugar baby and make a quick buck. I'm comfortable in my own skin and having sex. Forgetting the details / arrangements of the situation, etc. What's your opinion on it? For me, I hate it, but sometimes you have to do painful things in order to progress as a human. And I think it's taught me that instead of fucking everything that moves for free, I should start having more self-worth when I do have sex for free and make it more meaningful. Love to hear what you guys think."
What did she mean by I hate it? What part does she hate?
I guess what she maybe hates is the fact that she's having sex with people
and not getting anything out of it.
Well, she's getting a monetary bonus out of it, but maybe it's not enjoyable sex, or maybe the people aren't enjoyable.
I think it's that she doesn't mind getting money out of it. I think she's saying that she doesn't like having meaningless sex if there's nothing going to be that she's going to benefit out of it, but it's fine. If she's if I'm going to feel like that, I might as well make money out of it. Is that what she's saying?
For me, I hate it, but sometimes you have to do painful things in order to progress as a human. So I guess what she's saying is it's probably a hard situation to be in, maybe being a sugar baby for someone. I know you can get on those sites Seeking Arrangement, and maybe even there's one called Sugar Baby, I think. And I guess a lot of the time it has to be about what you're willing to actually give up to these men, because they often expect something out of it.
Yeah.
And so lots of young girls do go in there and they just think, oh, I can just chat to someone and maybe go for coffee with them and they'll give me $500.
Yeah,
I don't think it works that way.
I think it just always assume I think it's safer to assume that they always want sex.
At the end of the day, men only ever really want sex from you. 9 times out of 10, a guy's asking you out on a date because he wants to bang you.
100%.
Not because he wants to buy you a nice dinner.
He eventually wants to get there.
He doesn't want to buy you a nice dinner. Why would he want to spend money? He wants to fuck you. Come on. So I think that's what she's saying, is she probably hates the fact that she has to do it in order to get something out of it. But then she's saying, I should start having more self-worth, and when I do have sex for free, make it more meaningful. So I think she needs advice on maybe how to
go about it,
have more meaningful relationships with people when she has sex versus just fucking for money or gifts or whatever.
That, and also what are our thoughts and opinions on having sex for money?
To be honest,
do you?
Exactly. It's a means to an end. If that's what you need to do in order to live your life and pay your bills, then do whatever you need to do. Like, for
she
sure.
sounds like she's pretty self-aware as well.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be a really self-aware person with a good head on your shoulders and really, really strong, and also know how to self-analyze in the sense that you don't know how you're going to react. You might think you're the strongest person in the world, and once you start living that lifestyle, you might actually realize that you're not capable of coping with the repercussions.
Definitely.
So you have to be constantly analyzing, is this affecting my emotional health? Is this affecting my normal social life? Is this affecting my uni work?
Yeah.
And if it isn't, then keep going ahead and chugging along. But when it starts to, you have to be the one to make the call. Okay, I need to set some boundaries.
Yeah, definitely. You have to be aware of that. And sometimes you don't know that that's even happening. But I think, if you're going to do this for making money, then for sure do it. But like you said, as soon as it starts to affect other areas of your life, it's like any job. As soon as it starts to take a toll on your relationship or your friendships or your family, that's when you need to reassess the entire thing and figure out whether or not it's right for you anyway.
Yeah, and also just be so fucking safe.
Please be safe.
Men with money, obviously, they always will expect something in return, and in some ways they're going to think that they own you. Because it's like tit for tat, and
it's that dominance kind of thing again.
Exactly. So
sugar baby.
It's just, you just don't know what kind of people you're going to meet, and you just don't know what kind of danger you can get into. Like, I think just
especially if you're meeting strangers like from online or whoever. I mean, it goes the same with like Tinder dates and stuff like that. Like, be really aware of where you're going and where they're taking you.
Where you meet up in public, like for the first time.
Yeah, definitely.
Somewhere safe.
Maybe don't have an alcoholic beverage if you're really unsure. Like, you can definitely get a sense of feels of someone's energy and their vibes kind of straight away. Like, if you get a bad feeling, your gut is usually right, so trust it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, also having like protected sex, like, come on.
Yeah, like
don't get diseases.
Especially in that line of work, it's just like a standard.
Well, it's not really a line of work though, is it? It's just... I mean, is it? Is a sugar baby the same as a prostitute?
Well, there's elements to it, yeah. Because if you think about it, it's a business exchange. So what are you getting? You're getting money. You're getting, money, right? Yeah. You're getting financial support. And what are you giving in return?
Your body.
Your body. But you're also giving your company and your free time. And in some cases, it's also emotional support. Sometimes they just want like some kind of friendship. So if anything, it's also more straining than prostitution, because prostitution is just like get in, fuck, get out.
Have you seen that lady? This is like a video on YouTube, kind of a segue, and she gets paid $160 an hour to hug people.
Fuck, man. I'm actually making millions. I do that. Nah. Oi.
No, but like...
Side note, men love being the little spoon.
They do like little spoon. they love being... I'm fine with being a big spoon because it means I don't have to like suck in the whole time. Yeah. Like, you know, when you're the little spoon, you're like, oh, no, my belly's out.
I don't know. It depends if they snore or not. That's the deal breaker.
I don't really like sleepovers actually, so...
Yeah, we all know that.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
I don't like sleepovers.
Alicia only sleeps over at my house, nobody else's.
Even then, I'm still like, I want my own bed, but I don't mind being in yours.
Okay, I feel like we've answered that.
I think that's good. I hope that gives you enough good advice for sure. And I mean, I guess when you have meaningful sex with someone, there's usually an emotional connection to it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, that's another part of her question, is how to make more meaningful connections and like sexual connections. Like finding the balance between both. Because I'm at a point, I think we're both at this point where regardless of whether it's just casual sex, we still need some kind of connection, even if it's just like a friendship with the person we're being intimate with. Oh yeah,
definitely. Like I've said it a ton of times, and I'll say it again. If I can have a conversation with you, then I'm going to enjoy then I'm going to enjoy a vaginal insertion. I don't know why I just said
enter here, and then you can enter here.
Gross. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, I need something else, because I mean, if I want to just fuck anything, I probably could, but I want to know that I can still have like a bit of a yarn with you.
It comes back down to
and then not
the oral exchange. Like,
yes.
Sex is a physical and emotional exchange.
Yeah.
So if you're putting your energy into me, I need to know that you have selfless intentions. Like, you're here to give me pleasure, not disrupt my time, not interfere with my emotions, support me sexually, Even as a friend. Even as a friend.
Yeah.
And then bounce.
And then I can still call on you when I'm
And no mixed signals. Like, just fuck off with your mixed signals.
Yeah, and communicate. Like, if you can't make an appointment, just let me know.
Well, communication is key to everything. Like, why don't people know how to be honest anymore? That fucking drives me wild.
I don't think people are afraid to be honest because they're afraid of, like, what's going to happen. But I would rather someone be honest with me, like, at any point. Like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. I've caught feelings. I don't think we can fuck anymore. Like, I actually don't really like you, or I've met someone else. We can't do this anymore. So easy, because then I'm just like, cool, man.
Cool. That's all I need to expect for you. Or, like, there's no fucking, like, cloudiness. Like, I know what you can give. I know what I can receive. So then I can navigate where you can fit in my life or whether you can't even fit in it at all.
Yeah.
Just, like, communication just gets where you want quicker. Like,
well, and there's always so many, like, grey areas if you don't communicate, and it's bullshit, like, because then you never really, really know what you want, and it's about, like, leveling that whole shit out. Like, until you're very, very, very clear with what you have, you're always going to get something that you want. You're always going to get something that's kind of close to it, but not right.
Exactly.
Fuck that.
Fuck, we went deep on that question.
We really did. So anyway, back to it. I think we've granted your wish. If you want to have sex with money, fucking do it. Just make sure that you're safe and really self-aware. When it starts to become a problem or emotionally starts to drain you, I think that's when you should, like, have a look at it.
Cut it.
And then, cut it off. Cool.
Next cue.
This one is actually also a really good one. I liked. We both like this one too, actually. So this is a nice and long one. Hayley Shanem.
I love a nice and long one.
Hayley Shanem. I just want to say that listening to your first 4 episodes have literally changed my life. Oh, bless. Love you. I've been in an awful, verbally abusive, emotionally manipulative relationship that was so unhealthy, but I stayed because we were living together. There was still 6 months left on our lease, and I was overwhelmed with the possible financial costs, etc. On Saturday, whichever the week this was, I finally had the guts to break it off, and magically everything has worked out so fine. He's moving out this weekend and was totally cool about it all, and I've been able to remain in my place with a little help from my parents. Listening to you both and all your wise words of wisdom over the last few weeks really inspired me and gave me the courage to say enough is enough and put my happiness first. You made me feel powerful and worthy and ready to stand up for myself, so I can't thank you both enough. I would love some further advice, and it would be amazing if you could do a podcast on how to get back into hooking up with others, having casual relationships, finding a fuck buddy, friends with benefits, because Lord knows I'm not ready for another relationship yet. I just need that RRD. Yes.
Yes.
After ending a long-term relationship, you guys are the best. Thank you, Fairy Thotmothers. That's really, 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 really cute. We love this because it's so cool that from what we've been doing, we've inspired her to change her life and cut the cord and start a new cycle.
No, that's so awesome. And it's like one of the hardest things to do is to let go of someone you love even though they're bad for you.
It's so hard to end a relationship that's like that as well. Like when you think about all of the financial costs involved, like, oh my God, I'm going to have to get a new place.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we bought a TV together. Oh, who's going to get this?
So many ties.
There's so many things that you feel like you are locked in.
Yeah.
So that's really, really, really hard, but also amazing that you did that. I've done that before, and it's actually probably had the same kind of stressful energy. Like, I remember I told you I was living by myself. I didn't even have a bed for a while. Yeah. Like, it was fucked. And
my ex only just finished paying off my credit card for me because he used so much of it. So
yeah, you know, so there are those ties, and they are so small and so trivial sometimes too. Like, you're like, fuck it, you can buy a new bed. You know, you can get a new lease. Like, yeah, money comes, money goes as well. Like,
it does. And material things are all replaceable. Like, but you can't, you know, rectify your emotional state. If you're constantly letting yourself get like deteriorated from someone who's so toxic, like,
yeah,
you just got to cut it.
Not only that, like someone who's verbally abusive, emotionally manipulative, like, say that you stayed in that relationship, those traits you bring into your children's lives, and that's how they grow up and they watch you and they see what, like, as adults, the way that we love and the way that we behave and that we deal with relationships is actually based on our nurturing and our upbringing.
It's your attachment style is based on your upbringing.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, because my parents were really like, you can do whatever you want. They never really like, were really physically like affectionate to me. Didn't give me a lot of appraisal. Like, I'm detached in my attachment style. Like, I'm really distant. And like, my immediate response to things is just to be like, oh, no, leave it. Like,
we're the same.
Yeah.
We're the same.
Walk away.
Yeah, like, I'm always
on
like...
scene.
I leave people on scene all the time. Like, I'm like, nah, fuck too hard.
Nah.
Can't be bothered. Like, I like someone who wants to be there for me, but isn't too in my face and too obsessed. Like, I kind of like a bit of a chase. I like there to be something that's really impossible about something because I can still be detached. But attached?
Yeah.
I'm fucked in the head.
Yeah, you have to do the quiz. Like, I was reading it and I was like, Alicia's going to be the same as me.
Yeah, I already know. Like, it just... But regardless, back to this question anyway. So the point is, getting out of those relationships is really important because you can then learn these things about yourself and put it into practice and like new self-care, that kind of thing. I actually shared something on my Instagram today. It wasn't the podcast. And it was like, it's really important to recognize like your romantic relationships and your friendships and your relationships with the family and how they make you as a person. But you still need to be able to walk away from that, and when you're alone, be that same kind of person. Because otherwise, what's the point in having all of those connections?
And I had that kind of shock when I moved here because I didn't lose, but I did lose a lot of friends.
Because it's hard to stay in touch with 90%
of your friends are circumstantial. That's a fact. And it's not a fact, but I'm just saying it's a fact in my life.
It's
facts. And obviously your family isn't around you, so your whole sense of identity of people who like build you up and like say this, that about you and like laugh at your jokes, like you lose so much of that kind of energy to bounce off.
Yeah.
That when you're completely stripped of it, you're like, okay, who am I in this like space of
You're so right, it's true, yeah.
But for her, I think she's just come out of a really big breakup. I think I don't know how long it's been now since she's given us this question.
It's probably been nearly 3 weeks. So it's still fucking fresh.
She might need a little bit of time before she gets back on the horse. I think.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, she said that she's not looking for ready for a relationship yet after ending a long-term relationship, but she wants some respectful regular dick, which is RRD. Yeah. That's what we've coined. Hashtag.
Yeah. I think it's just about also putting yourself in spaces to meet new people. Of course, you can do like the whole Tinder Bumble thing. Like, yeah, I mean, I've had good things out of Tinder and Bumble.
I reckon that Instagram is a new Tinder.
Oh, Instagram is 100% the new Tinder. But also like do things like join a gym, be around other people, like do classes. I don't know. You can go to a bar, go to a club. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you're a single looking for something casual, a bar is a really great place to meet like-minded people who are looking for the same thing.
Definitely. I think finding RRD is actually a lot harder than
finding a person.
than it sounds. Yeah. Because it actually is. Like,
because we struggle.
Definitely. My vibrator is my RRD at this point.
Oh, 100%.
Hooking up with others, having casual relationships, finding a fuck buddy, friends with benefits, those kinds of things generally tend to not be RRD. They might be regular dick, but not respectful regular dick.
Yeah.
Or they might be respectful dick, which therefore could lead to something else.
Relationship dick.
Could be relationship dick, yeah. So depending on what you're trying to do, RRD for sure is maybe the end goal if you want someone that's going to constantly be around you and be giving you that D. But hooking up with other people and having casual relationships, the only way I can say is to literally just go and do it. Like, yeah.
The first fuck or the first one night stand, you'd be like, yeah, I can do it.
Honestly,
like, I'm capable.
I had a girl ask me the other day, she was like, Alicia, what do you do? Just like go over to their house and like have sex and that's it. And I was like, yeah, that's what you do. You turn up, you maybe have a little bit of chat. This is why you need to be able to chat though. Yeah. You need to break the ice. Yeah. And just have a little yarn and then like take his pants off.
I need good conversation to have good sex.
No, this is what I'm saying.
I can't, but like, I mean, like, I actually have to have a conversation for at least 15, 20 minutes before we start fucking. If you just come over and start putting it in, I kind of just like, no, warm me up a little bit.
Exactly. You're like, hang on, I'm not that kind of bitch. I am.
In 30 minutes I will be.
Give me 5 minutes.
I just,
put some Netflix on. I don't know. But, like, you need something. But, it's really, the first one is always the hardest. Like, when you've just broke up and, like, maybe you haven't had dick for, like, a little while because you've been fucking your ex. And then the first person that you meet, maybe get a little bit drunk or a little bit high. We've said this before.
Yeah.
And just kind of just do it.
Yeah.
And as soon as you've done it the one time, you've got this whole new sexual energy that just awakens.
It also, like, helps you cut the cord with your ex because you're like, fuck, new energy, new sex, new penis,
honestly,
new cycle.
Cutting the cord, it brings so much new dick energy to you. And that's what we want for you.
Yeah. But also just, like, set your boundaries from the beginning.
Yeah.
Whoever you meet, tell them that you want... It's up to you. You got to figure out whether you want a fuck buddy or a friends with benefits because they're very, very different. And it sounds like you've already listened to that podcast. But you can find out from the very beginning if they're going to be an RRD. It's more likely that they're going to be a friends with benefits.
Yeah, definitely. And your friends with benefits usually come from established friendships. So maybe there's a guy in your friend group that you kind of think is kind of fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually something established, but definitely set your boundaries for sure. You need to say, I don't want anything serious. I just want someone to fuck me like
don't
once
call
or
me
twice
during
a week.
the week. Don't text me during
Don't ask me how my day is.
Oi, number one rule. That's where mixed signal starts, is asking me about my personal life. None of your fucking business, to be honest.
Unless we're already friends.
Unless we're already friends. But even then, only ask me in person. Don't have chats with me on the phone. Have chats with me in real life. That's my rule, at least.
No, that's a solid rule.
Yeah.
And don't sleep over. I definitely recommend not sleeping over. You can kick him out of your bed if it's at your place.
Oh, I like cuddling, but it's okay.
I just think sleepovers lead to cuddles, which lead to, like, the morning after, and then you've got to, like, make him breakfast or some shit. Get out of my bed.
But that also leads to morning sex.
I don't want the attachment. Yeah, morning sex is fine too. I could just go over really early in the morning. No, or leave straight after.
I'm not a morning person.
Unless
it's thick.
But okay, I really think that we've answered that one.
Yeah.
I really hope that does help you kind of get into that new cycle. And let us know actually if you do get the RRD, because I'd be keen to hear about it.
And be patient as well. Like, sometimes you just have a drought and that's fine, but it's just about having your standards.
Not only that, sometimes you might get fucked over as well. Like, and that comes from, like, not setting your right boundaries, but that's fine. Like, we're not saying that every relationship you need to set these boundaries for, because without setting, sometimes you need to actually learn, and from there is how you kind of grow. Because you need someone to, like, ghost you or to, like, be a bit of a cunt to you for you to kind of learn a little bit about it. Because not every casual relationship is successful. No. Like,
it's really hard to find someone who really is
on your level
to be able to communicate and be like, no, I'm not going to text you this week. I want to be like, it's not going to be this day every week, or you know what I mean.
But yeah, again, I don't know. So just don't get, like, really let down by those things either. And then also, as long as you 100% are so sure that you don't want a relationship to come from it or whatever, make sure that you're really clear about that, because it's really easy also to, like, bang someone, and over the time you start having sex with them, and then all of a sudden all of the red flags about that person that you didn't see or didn't like in the first place, you forget about, and then you date them, and then you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and we said this the other day, is like, Shambudi actually says this is the key to happiness is managing expectations. So have realistic expectations with the people that enter your life.
Yeah, I always talk about expectations. Like, expectation and comparison are two things that only you are in control of.
Yeah.
So if you compare yourself to other people all the time, you're going to be miserable. And it's the same. If you put your expectations of how you would behave onto someone else and they don't reciprocate that, of course you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, because not everyone thinks how you think.
Yeah, so manage those two things and you'll be good. Yeah, we know what each other's thinking. Always. So, the final wish that we want to do today is basically, what does she say? She says, how to identify someone else's love language and positively communicate your own. This is like a little I guess like the love languages are quite a soft spot for us. We always talk about them.
Yeah.
We often use them in our friendship because it's not just about romantic relationships that these languages are used or are important.
I think it's so much about compatibility. I mean, of course, like you can't choose who you fall in love with, but you're going to have such an easier relationship with someone who has the same love languages as you.
Definitely. Or someone who can understand what you need in a relationship, what your love languages are, and actually fulfill them for you. Because if they don't, then again, it's that communication, it's that grey area, it's that weird kind of in between sort of thing.
And as far as identifying someone else's, like you can't identify them unless they have done the quiz, really.
Yeah,
because
or
you don't
can
even
figure it out.
Yeah, you can think you know what your love languages are yourself, but you don't really know. Like we just figured out then when we did the quiz, like it was not exactly what we thought we were.
I feel like mine has actually maybe slightly changed. So the first time I did this quiz was probably maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And so doing it again, literally just sat here doing it, I was like, oh, okay. My answers are pretty much the same this time around.
Yeah.
But for me, physical touch was my biggest love language, which is really true. I think I'm pretty affectionate. We always hug to say hi to each other and little things like that. I like to be touched.
Mine's words of affirmation, because I just love someone that can really specifically describe what they love about me and in a really personalized way that makes me think, okay, you really fucking know me.
Yeah, it's really nice to hear. And that's also, I think, something I struggle with words of affirmation. I love to hear it, but it's really hard for me to give them.
Yeah.
But then even with us, I'm always like, you're so beautiful, and we say things like that to each other.
And words of affirmation for me is so important to me that it's even relevant to whether I'm turned on or not, which is why I need to have a good conversation before I have sex, and during sex I need you to talk to me and dirty talk to me and compliment me, because words just do so much to my mind and my body.
And that dirty talk thing as well, though, especially if they're speaking to you when you're coming or whatever, and they're trying to dirty talk and you get out of your head because you're listening, that's
why I can't
fire.
That's why I can't deal with people who can't communicate, because I just feel like I can never feel connected to you if I don't know what's going on in your mind.
I mean, yeah, we're huge over communicators, so you and I. Mm-hmm. We share everything, except men in shoes. But we can link the quiz for you guys to do if you haven't done it. It's really interesting.
You can literally just Google 5 love languages and it'll come up.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah,
but we'll link it just to be kind.
Yeah, but I think as far as communicating it positively goes, I think just make it lighthearted. If you guys are hanging out and be like, oh, I did this love languages quiz today, it's pretty interesting, and then see if you can get him to do it, or maybe he's already done it.
Just ask. Just be like, have you heard of the 5 languages love languages? And then if someone says no, you could be like, oh my god, you need to do this.
And also give him appraisal for when he does do something that is your love language. It's kind of if he, I don't know, takes you out for a nice dinner and you're vegetarian and he chooses a vegetarian restaurant, then
that's big dick energy,
that's
though.
Big fucking dick energy.
Oh my god. The number of times I've been out with guys and they've been like, oh yeah, I forgot you're a vegetarian. I'm like,
fuck off, dead to me.
Actually, do you know what? I'm not even hungry. I'm going to go home and wank.
I was going to eat your dick tonight, but guess not.
Guess not. Guess not. Should I just read what the 5 love languages are?
Oh, yeah.
Or have you got yours?
I've
Do you
got
want to
my
read
little
from the
book, which you guys should read. I'm only halfway through it, but I am obsessed with it. It's by Shan Boodram, who's my favorite person in the world. She's a sexologist. But it's called The Game of Desire. But the first portion of the book, it's really about getting to know yourself and your personality traits and your tendencies and your strengths and weaknesses, so that you can identify the kind of person that you need in your life. So part of it is obviously the love languages.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
Her quite a lot.
But I like the way that she kind of described them, because she just made them a little bit more relevant.
Yeah, so the 5 love languages were by this man.
I suck at reading.
Yeah, this man called Gary Chapman. He wrote a full book on it, and his descriptions, and they're very kind of sterile, I think. So this is kind of a way that you can actually relate to. So there are 5 love languages. One is physical touch. So a little loving goes a long way with you. So like I said, like hold my hand in public, like put your arm around me, like grab my ass. Like
I love you being like not afraid to like own me in front of your boys. Like you don't have to make out with me, but you can just like give me a reassuring little touches.
It's not PDA. It's just a little something that makes you like no, I'm your girl, you're my man.
Yeah, it's like even if you're having a big old like chat with your boys and I'm just sitting next to you and you're like hands on my thigh, it's like I got you, babe. I got you.
Yeah, I get a little bit wet when that happens, but not.
Did you just get wet now?
No, I didn't. Another one, so number 2 is acts of service. They say actions speak louder than words, and you would say it again and again in case the people in the back didn't hear it. I actually always say this, like, actions speak louder than words. Like we said last week, indecision is a decision.
Yeah.
Like, all of that, like, airy-fairy shit. Like, if someone wants to do something for you, they'll do it.
Big piece of my advice for, like, understanding men. Men are just not communicators like women are. They're not. So you have to understand men through their behavior, and how they act and how they treat you is how they will tell you and show you they like you. Exactly. That's what you have to read into, not the text that he sent you 5 weeks ago.
Also, words are just words. Like, words that someone said to you 2 weeks ago don't mean shit now because they're just saying it at the time. It's just what they said. It's like, I had an ex-boyfriend, I loved him, I don't love him anymore. I told him that I loved him, but that doesn't mean I love him now. So words are words. Actions always speak louder than words.
Yeah, that's why like my second love language is acts of service, because even though I love... Yeah.
No, it's my second too.
Even though I love words of affirmation, all that shit means nothing if you can't back it up with correct behavior.
Yeah. Physical touch, and then do something.
Quality time. It's mine.
Number 3, quality time. So all those Netflix shows aren't going to watch themselves, and you aren't trying to take on that challenge alone. So this is really important, like, to actually hang out and spend time with one another.
Yeah. I think it's like, I don't care if I only hang out with you once a week, but as long as it's fucking dope. Like, we do some dope shit. Like, even if it's just one-on-one and we're not really doing much, but like, I want us to really mentally connect, like refresh on each other's lives.
Your quality time could be an act of service. So it could be that you're going grocery shopping together because you need to do your shopping. Like, that kind of thing. It's about making the time spent together meaningful and worthwhile. Number 4, words of affirmation, which we clearly love. When Chris Rock said, "Women need food, water, and compliments," you laughed a little louder than everyone else.
Boy,
it's
thanks.
true. Honestly, the words just make you feel good, you know? People need to hear it sometimes. Like, you're beautiful, you're this, I'm so proud of you, whatever. Yeah. Tell us.
I love it when, like my man just notices little things that I change in my physical form. Like, they're like, "Oh, you did your line a little bit different today. I like it." And I'm like, "Oh, you pay attention. I put in a lot of work for this."
Yeah, exactly. Or, like, when they notice you got your hair cut and they say something about it.
Because I fucking do it for you. Like, at the end of the day, well, like, I do it for me, but if you're the man I'm committed to, you're the person that I want attention from. So if you're not giving me all the attention, telling me how amazing I am, guess fucking what? Someone else in my DMs is. And you want to be the one that's fucking speaking louder than all of them.
Yeah, true. And then the final one is gifts, or giving gifts. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, and an impromptu order at your favourite takeout spot is definitely your homie too. This one, I quite like giving people gifts. Like, I like to do things. Like, I might bring you, like, a
sentimental
cookie.
Though. It doesn't have to be, like, luxurious or anything.
Yeah. Like, we buy each other donuts and cookies all the time at work. And, like...
Food is a love language.
Food is, and alone, it's number 6. It's just not on here. But, yeah, like, little things like that. Or, like, "Oh, I bought you this top," or "I got you these earrings, so I thought it looked really pretty." Like, some people froth on that shit, and like we were talking about before with sugar babies, like maybe that's kind of a love language for them, and that's why they like money and they like those things.
Dope. Cool. But I think that's like, just even us talking about it, you'll be able to hear we can really tell what we want in a man because we understand what our love languages are.
Yeah, and we also know what we don't like and
exactly
what we're not going to tolerate.
Yeah. Highly recommend.
Yeah, so we'll link the quiz. Google it if you want to just go and do that yourself. It's up to you.
Do your thing.
But yeah, definitely talk about it with your significant other or like your best friends or whoever, just to find out, because it might even strengthen your friendships too. So just to conclude, our 3 wishes today. We've talked about the love languages, how to
get back into being a fuck buddy and friends with benefits situation after a breakup.
Finding RRD.
Yeah.
And
what was our first one?
the sex for money, the sugar baby.
Oh, yes.
And also, we gave our opinion on it. Like, we're not really super judgmental gals. Like, you do you. Whatever you're doing that makes you happy.
If you can make money out of it.
Like,
honestly, if I had the emotional stability to do it, I'd fucking do it for a quick buck. Because you can make fucking shitloads, but I don't.
Like, definitely, I wouldn't say dabble, but I've definitely considered a sugar baby situation.
Yeah.
But I just honestly think it's far too much effort for me to put in, like, mentally, that I just can't do it. Like,
no.
I'd rather fuck for free, to be honest.
Yeah, facts. Pay for my own meals.
I don't need your money. I don't have much of mine, but I got it. It's mine. That's the main thing.
It's mine, and I don't owe it to you. And
yeah,
that's the point.
It's mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that was a good one. I really like that 3 wishes.
That was cool. So please, yes, keep sending them through to us because we actually love doing this.
Just literally whenever, about anything. I don't care if you tell us your life story. We fucking love that.
I love your life story. It makes us feel like we kind of know you. I mean, you guys get to see us.
Because you know so much about us.
You know everything about us. So yeah, if we can definitely help you guys out in any way, that's very cool. So yeah, that's it from us today, your Fairy Thotmothers.
Deuces!
Bye!
That's it for this episode, fam. Thanks for listening.
If you have any questions, topics, or suggestions, you can DM us on Instagram. The link is in our bio.
And don't forget, whose pussy is this?
It's yours.
Deuces!
Bye!